have resurfaced that Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston are having an affair. Yes, it sounds ridiculous, and no, there isn't actually any evidence. So how and why did the story even come about?
Rumours about a potential Obama divorce. Now, is this just scandalous, and is there anything to this?
Well, you know, I think Meghan McCain probably has better contacts than I do. And she was on her podcast. She said, I have been hearing this rumor that the Obamas are getting a divorce by reputable people, very serious journalists, telling her that they're hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true.
Y'all, Jennifer Aniston just broke the internet with some leaked footage that's got everyone's jaws on the floor. If the whispers are true, it's about a hookup with none other than Barack Obama. But wait, it gets messier. Michelle Obama is allegedly filing for divorce, and the streets are saying it's all tied to this drama. Like, what is even happening right now? Okay, y'all, this is wild. Michelle Obama is caught up in some explosive rumors, and it's shaking the internet like crazy. Word on the street is that she supposedly filed for divorce from Barack Obama after a bombshell claim linked him to none other than Jennifer Aniston. This drama has taken over social media and gossip blogs like wildfire, and people cannot stop dissecting every messy detail. So apparently, the story started with an anonymous post on X, where someone claimed they had insider tea about a secret fling between Barack and Jennifer. Allegedly, a friend of Jennifer's spilled the beans at a private gathering where a psychic was doing readings. Jennifer supposedly made a cryptic comment about a powerful man in her life, and someone jumped straight to, "It's Barack." Like, what? At first, everyone brushed it off, because let's be real, Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston sneaking around sounds straight out of fan fiction. But the internet does what it does best, and the rumor picked up speed. Memes started flying, people were commenting like crazy, and even fan theories popped up. It wasn't long before another rumor got dragged into this mess. Whispers about Barack and Michelle's marriage being on the rocks. Folks are saying Michelle's recent solo trips and her skipping certain big events were clues all along. Now, with the Jennifer angle thrown in, the internet is losing its mind. There's no legit proof backing any of this up, but let's be real. It's too juicy for people to ignore. And a couple of months ago, this reached Jen herself.
This is a magazine that came out a couple of weeks ago. In touch said the truth about Jen and Barack. Now,
that was of all the calls you get from your publicist where you're just like, oh no, what's it gonna be? Or the email saying, you know, some cheesy tabloid is gonna make up a story, and then it's that.
Yeah. Does your publicist ever go like, is there any truth to this? Or is it...
No, that is absolutely untrue.
Well, I know it's not true.
Yeah.
I just don't know if everybody knows.
Well, it is untrue.
Some people, it is untrue. So the truth about Jen and Barack is that there is no truth.
There is no
untrue.
truth.
You know Barack Obama.
I've met him once.
Met him once.
I know Michelle more than him.
The tabloids wasted zero time adding even more drama. Now the tea is that Michelle Obama supposedly found out about the alleged affair and is ready to call it quits on their marriage. According to these spicy rumors, Michelle was blindsided, humiliated, and so done with the situation that she's already talking to divorce lawyers in secret. Like, imagine being Michelle and waking up to this mess. Who wouldn't feel some type of way? The whispers go even deeper, claiming Michelle canceled public appearances to handle the emotional fallout.
Where on earth is Michelle Obama?
So we are going to go undercover.
The former First Lady has withdrawn from political life in recent months, missing both the state funeral for Jimmy Carter and Donald Trump's inauguration. It's got some corners of the internet going into overdrive, throwing out theories like Michelle and Barack getting a divorce, or is Michelle's absence simply fueled by a passionate hate for Donald Trump?
As you just heard, some stories are saying the divorce is already filed, locked down tight, and known to just a handful of close confidants. Of course, no official records or receipts have come out, but that hasn't stopped gossip lovers from diving into every juicy detail. Allegedly, Michelle's got her eyes on half of Barack's assets, and people are even comparing this to some of Hollywood's most epic high-stakes splits. Now, not everyone is buying into this storyline. A lot of fans, whether they stan the Obamas or Jennifer Aniston, are calling it a manufactured mess. They're saying this is classic social media chaos where rumors snowball into a full-blown circus. They argue that Michelle, who's been super open about her marriage in her memoir, wouldn't just sneak off and keep something as major as has a divorce on the DL for long, but you know how it goes. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And for every skeptic, there's someone out here convinced that something shady is definitely going down. Meanwhile, Barack isn't catching a break either. People are picking apart his every move, trying to figure out if he's silently dealing with the fallout of this supposed scandal. Even his calm demeanor at public events has folks side-eyeing like, is he acting unbothered while Michelle's filing papers in the background? And Michelle's social media posts? Fans are analyzing every caption like it's a cryptic message about heartbreak and betrayal. But here's the thing. This rumor has taken on a life of its own. Every time someone tries to shut it down, it somehow sparks even more speculation. It's like the internet wants this drama to be true. And the idea that Michelle Obama might be out here secretly filing for divorce? That's got folks convinced this would be a massive story, the kind of thing every major outlet around the world would cover. But guess what? No credible source has touched it. Not CNN, not the New York Times, not even the gossipy ones like People. So what does that tell you? Either it's completely baseless, or the media's ignoring it because there's literally nothing to dig up. Instead, this whole narrative is living in the tabloids, gossip blogs, and those social media spaces where people love to connect dots that don't even exist. Honestly, it's a prime example of how misinformation thrives online. As long as the tea is hot enough, people will share it, argue over it, and believe it, whether it's true or not. Now, one part of the story that really got traction is the idea of Michelle being heartbroken and blindsided. Fans feel protective because she's been so real in her memoir about how tough marriage can be, especially with the pressures of Barack's presidency. Like, she's talked about marriage counseling, struggles, and the work they've put in to stay solid. That openness has made people doubt that she'd hide a crisis this big without something slipping out. But then again, some are saying Michelle might keep things private for the sake of her daughters, her peace of mind, or even legal reasons. And of course, the rumor mill isn't stopping there. It's now claiming that Michelle's been spotted meeting with top-tier divorce lawyers in DC. Like, where are the receipts on that, though? This Obama-Aniston-Michelle drama has people alleging all sorts of wild things. One claim says staffers in Barack's post-presidency office overheard some intense phone calls between him and Michelle. Another spicy detail? Supposedly, Jennifer Aniston tried to reach out to Michelle to clear the air, only for Michelle to completely shut her down. And guess what? None of these claims come with a shred of proof. But did that stop the internet? Of course not. Each new angle had its believers who ran with it online like they just uncovered the next big scandal. Meanwhile, in real life, Michelle and Barack were out here living their best post-White House lives.
Attention, everybody!
What do we have here?
Michelle was promoting education, health initiatives, and empowerment campaigns, all smiles and positivity. Barack stayed booked and busy, showing up at conferences, giving speeches, and doing charity work with that classic Obama charm.
Hi, Brad. You know how cute I always thought you were.
It's the flirty reunion between exes Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt.
And Jennifer? Sis was in her own lane, filming new projects, giving interviews, and casually brushing off the drama when it came up. If you think about it, the contrast between their real lives and the drama playing out in these rumor-filled internet corners couldn't be more obvious. Like, the receipts don't add up. Experts in online gossip even say this is a prime example of how modern rumors blow up. They're juicy and entertaining, so people latch onto them. Facts be damned. But here's the thing. Can this story actually last? Usually, these kinds of rumors either fade when something juicier comes along, or they get shut down when actual evidence emerges. The gag, though, is that this mess hasn't been disproven because there's nothing concrete to disprove. This is how gossip thrives in echo chambers online, where people hype each other up and take speculation as gospel truth. Some folks are even twisting Jennifer's humor and Barack's public coolness into proof that they're hiding something. Like, really? And then there's the alleged political commentator who hinted at talking to serious journalists who supposedly knew the Obamas were splitting. Did they drop any names? Nope. Did those journalists come forward with receipts? Absolutely not. Instead, this whole thing felt like a game of telephone, where each retelling just made it messier and further removed from reality. There's plenty to say about this rumor that is just speculation, but one thing that is not speculation at all is that this kind of gossip thrives in today's clickbait culture. You've got a former first lady standing her ground, a charismatic ex-president, and a famous actress caught in the crossfire. It's messy, dramatic, and exactly the kind of thing the internet loves. Every time this rumor pops back up, people jump into debates. Is it even possible for a former president to hide an affair like this? Could Jennifer Aniston really keep such a huge secret? Still, the internet's obsession with imagining this power couple falling apart is wild. Experts even say that rumors like this show how public figures can get swept up in viral nonsense, and honestly, addressing it head-on could just make it worse. That's probably why Michelle and Barack have stayed quiet. But let's not ignore how this nonsense overshadows the real work these people are doing. While tabloids were milking this drama, the Obamas were making moves in philanthropy and advocacy that actually matter. Jennifer, too, was busy creating new films and TV projects. But let's be real, none of that's as click-worthy as a secret affair or divorce scandal. The internet lives for the sensational, and a story about a legendary marriage unraveling hits all the right buttons. As of now, though, the receipts just aren't there. Michelle hasn't filed for divorce. Barack's still showing up at events with her, looking comfortable and composed. They even posted a romantic photo together from Michelle's birthday celebration. The caption read, "Michelle Obama, you fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humor, and grace. And you look good doing it. I'm so lucky to be able to take on life's adventures with you. Love you." But rumors like this don't die easily. They go dormant, only to come roaring back with the next out-of-context comment or speculation. Here's the truth. This tale of Michelle's dramatic divorce over Barack and Jennifer Aniston is pure tabloid fantasy. It's got all the drama of a Hollywood script, but none of the evidence to back it up. And honestly, the fact that it's still circulating says more about our love for juicy gossip than anything else. Until Michelle or Barack steps up with a groundbreaking response or continues to ignore it completely, this rumor is destined to linger as one of the internet's most persistent guilty pleasures. But let's be honest, the political scandals and rumors are not new, and once they hit the fan, they tend to stick around for a minute.
It's new video of Monica Lewinsky and President Clinton at a party on the White House lawn in 1995. Lewinsky sure looks starstruck. She was hoping the sage-colored suit she was wearing would catch his eye.
Remember the Bill Clinton-Monica Lewinsky scandal? That was the gossip story of the late 90s, and let's be real, it's still a legendary piece of political drama.
Lewinsky opens up as never before about her liaison with Clinton, which often took place in the president's private study.
It all kicked off in November 1995 when Bill Clinton, at 49, got involved with Monica Lewinsky, a 22-year-old White House intern. A grown man, the most powerful man in the world, and a young intern doesn't get more tabloid-ready than that, huh? They carried on their secret affair for about 18 months, and in the world of politics, those 18 months were enough to shake things up big time. Fast forward to January 1998. That's when the whole thing exploded. The Drudge Report dropped a bombshell, alleging Clinton had an affair with Lewinsky. This wasn't just a whisper in the back pages. Oh no, this was front page drama. And then came the famous moment when Clinton stepped up in front of the cameras, and with that signature charm, famously denied everything. "I did not have relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky." Yeah, sure, Bill. We're all on the edge of our seats for the twist. But hold up, this story's not done. In the summer of 1998, Monica Lewinsky, who was already in hot water, got immunity and finally caved. She spilled the tea in front of Kenneth Starr's grand jury, admitting to the affair. That's when Clinton had no choice but to step forward in August and admit, well, yeah, there was an inappropriate relationship.
In a deposition in January, I was asked questions about my relationship with Monica Lewinsky. While my answers were legally accurate, I did not volunteer information. Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong.
Then the drama really hit its peak when the Starr report dropped in September 1998. This wasn't just about a fling. This was about perjury and obstruction of justice. Let's just say, the scandal wasn't just juicy, it was political. The House of Representatives got involved, opening up an impeachment inquiry in September 1998. Things got serious real quick, and on December 19, 1998, the House voted to impeach Clinton on 2 charges, perjury and obstruction of justice. Bam! The world was watching, and it wasn't pretty. But wait for it, because this soap opera didn't end there. In early 1999, the Senate had their own trial, and despite the impeachment, Clinton got acquitted on both charges in February. Talk about a plot twist. But even though Clinton dodged the ultimate political bullet, it wasn't all smooth sailing. He was hit with civil contempt of court, fined $90,000, and oh, his law license? Yeah, it got suspended for 5 years. The US Supreme Court wasn't having it either. They disbarred him from practicing there. So, what's the takeaway here? This scandal wasn't just about a fling. It brought up serious issues of power, harassment, and how much a public figure's personal life can really stay private. The Clinton-Lewinsky affair changed the way people thought about the personal lives of politicians, and it sparked debates about harassment that lasted long after the headlines faded. But there are more examples. Let's not forget the old school Netflix drama that is the story of Prince Charles, now King Charles III, and Camilla Parker Bowles, aka Queen Camilla. And let's just say it's not the fairy tale you might expect from a royal couple. In the early 70s, Prince Charles and Camilla first met at a polo match classic, right? They hit it off, but things cooled off when Charles took off to join the Royal Navy in 1971. Can't keep a good royal down though, because this wasn't the end of the story. Fast forward to 1973, Camilla marries Andrew Parker Bowles. Meanwhile, Prince Charles is still living his royal life, and in 1981, he marries Lady Diana Spencer. Yep, the Princess Diana, the world's darling. But here's where the tea gets spicy. Rumors say that Charles and Camilla never really stopped having feelings for each other even after they both tied the knot. So fast forward a bit more to 1986 when Charles and Camilla reportedly rekindle their romance. Both married, but neither one really letting go of what they had going on back in the day. In the early 90s, that intimate phone call gets leaked.
Better to leave the audience wanting more?
Yes. I suppose one has to be aware of it.
You know, the one from 1989 where Charles and Camilla are chatting in the most, private of ways. The press had a field day with it, and it was dubbed Camilla Gate. Yep, they literally named the scandal. Charles and Diana's marriage was already on the rocks, but this was the cherry on top of a very, very messy Sunday. Then in 1994, Charles decides it's time to come clean. In a public admission, he confesses to being unfaithful in his marriage to Diana. Drama level, off the charts. By this point, Charles and Diana separated in 1992 and eventually divorced in 1996. Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles also called it quits in 1995, so now it's starting to look like this royal soap opera might finally wrap up, right? Not so fast. In 2005, after years of scandal and rumors swirling, Charles and Camilla finally tie the knot in a civil ceremony. Yep, they officially made it official after all the chaos and drama. And now fast forward to 2025, and after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, Charles and Camilla are reigning as King and Queen Consort of the United Kingdom. I mean, come on. This relationship was never your average royal romance. Between the affairs, the scandals, and the decades of secrecy, Charles and Camilla's love story is as wild as it gets. The real question remains still, though, is there anything really going on between Jennifer and Barack? Let's wait it out and see. Until then, make sure to drop a comment below and let us know how you feel about this rumor that's been swirling around for a moment.